What's up, guys? Jay Daniel here, and this is the Sales at Home podcast. Say hello to my illustrious guest slash co-host slash partner, Victor. Yo, Victor. Today is part two, episode 2 of our 5-day
How to
course.
grow your network, yeah.
How to grow your network. So, can you just run these guys through the second part of really making sure that your network is nasty and you can get whatever gig you want?
Yeah, step 2 of how to grow your network is your offer proposition. And offer proposition, Victor, J. Daniel, what does that mean? Offer proposition is what you bring to the economy.
What the fuck is that, bro?
What you bring to the offer, what you bring to the company, what you bring to the space, what you like, how valuable are you, right?
Yep.
And we've talked about, targeting last week and targeting, the type of person that you want to work with. Now you've got them, you got their attention. What do you offer? How do you put the hook out, right? What's the bait? What are you available to bring to the table? I tell you right now,
I want to add to this before you to your point, right? Guys, this is how business owners think, right? Yeah. What are all the problems that I can solve? What's my value proposition? Everybody talks about sales skills. Yo, there's marketing skills. You can literally, like, there's development, there's management. Like, there's so many skills that you can have. And the more skills you have, the more you can offer a business owner. So when you're having a conversation, you can say, hey, I have this skill set. I have this skill set, or I know somebody with this skill set. I know somebody with this skill set. Look for holes that you could plug in with your network, because when you help your network out, now they think of you. And then look for holes that you could personally plug in with your skill set. That's how you get that 5-10K a month. Right. Continue.
Yeah. I tell you what it isn't, though. It's not, oh, yeah, well, I can come into your business and take all your leads and then close 20% for you, and it's at no risk to you. That's not value. You're not providing them value by telling them, oh, I can do the bare minimum, and it's at no risk to you. It's at every risk to them. You know how much they're paying for those leads for marketing? Do you know how much marketing cost? Do you know how much it costs per lead to get what they're like? These are all things you should know about this offer. You should know what they're spending on their ads. You should know what they're spending in marketing. You should know what it looks like for them to put a lead on the table for you, right? No meal is free. Everybody's like, oh, kill what you eat, kill what you eat. Yeah, but somebody brought that food to the table for you.
Yeah. Can I introduce a meta point onto what you're saying?
Go ahead.
Yo, literally what Victor just said. And I want you guys to like think about it like this. Interviews, getting gigs, branding, marketing, a lot of it's about perception. How are you being perceived? You don't need to pretend to be somebody else, but you need to show up as the best version of you, right? What perception are you giving to somebody if you're showing them that you think it's no risk to them for them to give you thousands and thousands of dollars of lead, give you their internal processes and trainings? Because you could literally work in a company and you can take their processes, and that can be your value proposition for the next company, because they probably pay tens of thousands of dollars for those processes, right? Yep. They're getting the education, they're getting the environment, you're getting like training, you get to add to your resume, like you're getting a lot, and they're getting nothing. So if you're showing them that you don't understand the risk to them, your chance of them bringing you on becomes zero.
Yep.
So think about like what you're putting out there, because that's really important.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? It's everybody wants to focus on sales skills, like you said. Everybody wants to focus on, oh, I can close this much, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that. A lot of times, what's more important than your actual, let's call them hard skills, which is the sales skills and the communication, handling objections, all those things that let's consider hard skills for now. What's more important is the soft skills, right? The communication, the ability to hold a conversation and go back and forth with someone. It's underrated, but the ability to have a conversation where it's not like, oh, I'm pointedly walking through a script or pointedly walking through a train of thought. The ability to ebb and flow in a conversation and make that fluid is a skill that's very underrated.
Ooh. And one notch on top of that as well, the ability to lead somebody right? The ability for somebody to feel like they're being led
Mhm.
through a script, right? To where it's fluid, it's smooth, but it's not just fluid and it's smooth. It's an experience where they're being led, right? And that's kind of that next level, right? You want to be able to create an experience that has an end destination.
Yeah.
Continue.
Talked to a recruiter today. I talked to him for a lengthy period of time, and he told me, I asked him this point blank. I said, "What are you looking for in your closers?" And he said this. He said, "I'm looking for someone who's an expert communicator." That was the first thing he said. I want an
Yep.
expert communicator. He said, "I can have a conversation with someone and disqualify majority of the people that come through because they're not
Yep.
expert communicators." He's like, "I need someone to communicate. I need someone who can carry a conversation." That's a very well-known soft skill. Empathy is another soft skill. And you think, oh, here we go with the woo-woo stuff and empathy and blah, but no, really pay attention. Like, pay attention to what they're telling you. Pay attention to what they're going through. Pay attention to how that must make them feel. And understand that, okay, they're feeling this way, they're struggling with this. This is an actual struggle for them. This isn't a tick mark on my checklist of things before I hit them for the close, right? This is how they're actually feeling. This is what they're going through. They're opening up to you and telling you what's going on in their life. So
Yep.
that's a soft skill that you have, and you can convey that when you're talking to a business owner. You can convey that by saying, "Hey, yeah, I understand you guys are going through a scaling period. You were here and you're trying to get
Yep.
there. I understand that, that comes with its issues. Like, what are some of the things that you've experienced in scaling that you would have your new salesperson be wary of coming in?" Like, come on,
Next
guys, pay
level.
attention and open up.
The
Open up,
attention.
open up the person on the other end of the phone by being empathetic. Those soft
Yep.
skills, communication, empathy. I mean, you can be as smart as they come. You can be as intelligent as they come and be the dumbest person on the phone
Yep.
because you're not caring about the other person. You're just trying to prove how smart you are.
Yep. Dude, oh, it's so crazy you say that because any net, bro, like I do good at networking events. Like it's just a lot of doors open up. And one thing I not like to brag, but like genuinely one thing that like if I think about like networking events and how they go, it's like, dude, so much of it is me conveying that I understand their business, right? Because they've never met me. Like, how is this dude with a multi-million dollar company saying, "Hey, come on, we could be partners. I have a six-figure role here. This person needs somebody to come in." Like, he doesn't know me at all,
Mhm.
right? Why is he making this offer 20 minutes in when all he's seen is me drinking and smoking? All he's done is drink and smoke. That's his entire, you know what I mean? It's because like, yo, he feels that I understand the business
Mhm.
and that I'm a good communicator, given by the fact that we're communicating, and I just happen to be in the same room as all these other rich dudes, even though
Mhm.
I'm not, right? Being in the room, get like bolsters that, right?
Yeah.
So like these are just things to think about because they do make a huge difference. Make them feel like you like if they feel like you understand, like really understand, they're going to assume that you're the
Yeah.
guy.
And it's
Like,
funny you said being in the room because
mhm,
that's exactly what we just did with step one. We put ourselves in the space, we put ourselves in the
yep,
room of these business owners, with these business owners, with these companies. And now we have to show them the value that we provide. And a lot of value is like love, is like empathy, is like everything else in the sense that if I have to tell you that this is valuable, it's not valuable. If I
yep,
have to tell you I love you, then it's not valuable, right? If I have
yep,
to tell you, hey, I'm being empathetic right now, then it's not felt, right? So all of these things are things that you need to embody. You need to become, because once you do that, oh, that guy's valuable. That guy's
yep,
empathetic. That guy's a great communicator. I don't have to
yep,
say that. It
yep,
exudes off of me. And that's value right there. That is valuable.
yep.
Not, oh, I've closed this, or I took this training, or I've done this much and blah 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 blah. I have these sales
Take
skills.
some fucking notes, guys.
None of that
Go, talk
matters.
your shit.
None of that matters because I can train anybody else to be just as knowledgeable as you are.
Yep,
But the one person who is going to shine is the person who's got the soft skills, the person who's got the ability to let that flow through and let that be known to the prospect, to the business owner, everyone around them. Like that's the
Yep.
person you want to be with.
Yep. Oh, dude, literally what you said. Like, you don't want to tell, right? And it's common sense, right? Like, people listen to 10% of what you tell them, right? 100% of what they tell themselves. Like, yo, like,
Hmm.
if the bit, like, if you tell them, hey, I'm the top closer, I'm the best, I'm the bomb, everybody does that. And they're gonna think, eh, bullshit. Even if it's true, bullshit. But if you show it, if you think if everything you do stems from a place of like, I need this person to feel this way about me or perceive this about me, right? If everything stems from that place, obviously you're being authentic and your best self, right? But if you're operating from that place, if you can plan ahead of time for that and prepare yourself, right? And that's how you're perceived, you're going to have opportunities because all people want to do is solve a problem. If I feel like working with you could solve my problem, why wouldn't I work with you? It's the
Yeah.
uncertainty that prevents action. So your job as a rep is to take away that uncertainty by having them come to the conclusion that you're exactly what they need without you having to tell them. That's the puzzle. That's the game, right?
Mhm.
And we'll
One
go
way
more
to
into that
one way to
interview.
look at value, one way to
Hmm.
look at value is avoid the hot girl syndrome. And here's what I mean by that. There's a hot girl, she's the hottest girl in the room, right? So every guy's gonna go up to her and every guy's gonna try to spit their game, right? Who's the guy that pulls away? It's not the guy who's the best looking. It's not the guy who's, you know, got the muscles. It's the guy that can make her feel something, right? It's the guy that can make her laugh. A
True.
lot of times it's the guy that can make her
True.
angry at him. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's something she's got to have an emotion,
Just
whether or
emotion in
not
general. Yeah.
emotion in general, whether that's, you know, she's being talked down to and that makes her feel something and suddenly, no, because she's got issues. But here's the deal, like it's you got to make her feel something, right? And that's the guy that walks away is the guy that makes her feel something. And so to to think, all right, how do I provide value? What do I avoid? Avoid the hot girl syndrome. Don't go up to her saying, hey, oh, I'm the best closer in my company. I close 45%. I blah, 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 me.
Yeah,
No,
doesn't
you
work.
go up there, you be empathetic, you talk to her, you communicate, you allow that business owner to then talk back to you and then feel something about you at the end of that conversation. And then when they feel that about you, suddenly you've got yourself communication, and then you've got a number, you've got, you know, a second interview, you've got all of these things that you wouldn't have had before by just listing off what you perceive as value.
Yeah. 100%.
Value is
That's good.
perceived, but it's not perceived by you.
That's good. Yeah, dude. Nobody cares what you know until they know you care. Well, I guess it's not really that relevant, but I mean, in terms of like the other individual, right?
Yeah.
What they think and what they perceive is the key to getting anything you want.
Yeah.
What you think or what you have to say doesn't mean shit. They just want results, right?
Yeah.
That's so true, bro. You know who gets laid? You know who really gets fucking laid? Comedians, bro. Yeah, you ever seen Pete Davidson or this dude? I think his name is Matt Rife. Come on,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Come on. There's something to be said about having the skill set of being able to make people have a positive emotion at will.
Hmm.
You know, um, anybody can piss somebody off, right? You just talk shit,
Yeah.
but like the skill set, right? Because a lot of people try to make somebody feel good by flattering, but then they just look like
Hmm.
they're kissing ass. Like, what are you doing? It's
Yep.
weird,
And that's
right? Like,
very apparent. You can see that from a
right?
mile away.
Yeah, and so do the
But
business.
think
Yeah.
about it. Think about the way you respond to a comedian, right? You watch their set and you watch a clip and you're like, oh man, that was so funny. You're sharing it with your friends. You're laughing about
Uh,
it later when you're trying to go to bed at night. You're like
yep.
talking about it. It becomes part of you. Now
Yep.
imagine if you're a sales rep and you're talking to a business owner and they have that same type of reaction towards you. They're thinking
Yep.
about you before they lay their head down at night. They're like,
Yep.
oh man, that was a great conversation. Oh man, I really got to find a way, even if I don't have a position right now, I got to find a way to work with this guy because he's
I gotta get this
providing me
guy
that much
referral.
value. Yeah.
Anything. I have to. I
Oh
have
yeah.
to reciprocate. I gotta help this dude out. Yo,
Yeah.
bro. dude, I've literally had interviews where it's through a recruiter. I don't have all the qualifications for the spot. They're like, hey, like, you don't, we're looking for something different. I really like their conversation. Here's somebody you can talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, there's a lot to be said about that,
Yeah.
Um, especially if you understand what they value, bro. Because if you understand what they value, just you can do things even outside of that conversation. Follow up, right? This is day 5, but I'll sneak a little
Yeah.
nugget in there. Actually, no, guys, watch day 5. We're gonna go through this, but like follow up to make sure you're able to close
Here's
those.
another thing about networking in general and value, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your You can negatively affect your network. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. You can negatively affect your network. And when you do so, you're not just affecting the business owner that you talk to, right? Say you come in and you're like spouting off, oh yeah, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that. Me, right? And the
Right.
business owner's like, okay, thank you, have a good day. Call you never, right? Do you think that business owner's friends are going to come to you and be like, oh, yeah, since you had such a great call with him and you can do all these things, let me come to you now? Do you think that business owner is going to go to his friends and talk about you? You think that his business owner is going to refer you to anyone? No, they're not. So what have you effectively done? You've limited
Ooh,
your network.
dude,
You've
I have an
negatively
analogy.
affected your network. Go ahead.
I have an analogy for you guys. You want to be a viral fucking sales rep. What does viral mean? Think about a video that goes viral, right? Within a day or two, 400,000 people have heard about it. People are engaging with it, liking it, trying to like just everywhere, right? It's in front of everybody's page because people are just reposting it, right? Think about the video that you post that nobody sees, that gets no likes. Maybe got 1 or 2 views. How come the 1 or 2 people that saw the video didn't share with all their friends, didn't post it on all their social media, didn't go bonkers, batshit crazy, go on fucking Reddit, Tumblr, MySpace? I don't know, right? Like, how come they didn't blow that shit up, right? It's because it was boring, it didn't connect, it didn't relate, it didn't trigger any emotions. So you want to like make yourself go viral. You want them to tell everybody about you. You want to you want to facilitate an experience for the business owner the same way you facilitate an experience for like a client that you're enrolling, right? You like the same way we were talking about being smooth and fluid with a client. You got to be like that with the business owner. You got to be like that with the people you're working with your partners. Because if you can create that string of emotions in anybody, they're gonna remember you. Because most people, you're fucking boring, dude. You
That's
know?
a, that's actually a great analogy, going viral, because it if you talk to anyone who's gone viral and who's done it a few times, there's a formula to going viral. And it's not forcing, virality to happen. It's
Mm-hmm.
walking through the steps and say, what do people want to see? How do they want to see it? What do they want to see of me?
Yep.
And let me do that. Let me stick to that and put that out completely. And I can go viral and go viral and go viral and go viral and go viral. Let me make sure that I'm giving them a snippet of it and not the whole
Yep.
thing. Let me make sure that I'm giving them the portion that I'm giving them is so jam packed with everything they want to see and hear. I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
can go on TikTok right now and look up how to go viral on TikTok, and you'll have hundreds, if not thousands, of creators who are giving you step by step. This is what I do on my videos to make them get these many views, these many likes, right?
Yep. Oh, that's
And so
crazy,
there's a
bro.
formula there. There's a formula
Mm-hmm.
there. And for salespeople to be a viral salesperson, it's not I closed this much. It's not I made this much money. It's not I got these awards. It's not any of that. It's how do I make people feel around me? How do I improve my business? How does my soft skills pair with my hard skills, which allow this business to grow and thrive? Because it's not about me. And if you
Yep.
can get the selfishness out of your head as a sales rep and say, I'm not selfish in the sense of, yes, you should be selfish in the sense of, I need to make money for my family. I need to provide. I need to do my best. Right. But
Yep.
when you take out the you and everything, and it's not about you, it's no longer about I and me. It's about how this business can grow because I'm a part of it.
Yep.
You've done it.
Oh, dude. You know what's crazy? We're talking about viral sales reps. Like, you know that saying, like, you don't get the result until you become the person.
Hmm.
What if you become like not just have a viral moment? What if you become, right? Actually become that viral sales rep in your content. You go live in a Facebook group with a bunch of the ideal clients that you want to work with. One person posts a video or goes live and nobody watches it. The other one posts it and it blows up and everybody's heard about them. Dude, how easy is it for you to reach out to the 100 people that like that video and have a conversation as opposed to if they didn't like it? Maybe how many would respond? Like 3 out of 100, bro? Versus how many would respond if they've actually seen you? You've already given that emotional roller coaster in just one video. What about a written post,
Yeah.
right? Like literally, what about a written post? What about in like an interview style kind of content format, right? What about in the testimonials that you give? What if you give a testimonial, right, to a sales program? Like, yo, I went through this. I got this result. It's amazing. It's absolutely phenomenal, right? Like, what if in everything that you do, right? You can repurpose that. You can send it to people. You can post it in different places. You can use that to build a relationship equity with the individual whose course you went through, right? There's a game that you play
Hmm.
when you're trying to blow up, and a big part of that is being the viral person. That formula for being viral that you're talking about, like, and you don't have to have 50 million views to be viral. If
You don't.
there's 500 people in a group and 400 people watched it and 90 people engaged with it, right? Likes, comments,
Yeah.
shares, you went viral, dude.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I had a, I probably have like a 250,000 views on my YouTube channel over the course of like 4 or 5 months when I like first got into the space like 3 years
Yeah.
ago. Dude, like, yeah, there's billions of views on YouTube. So like comparatively to other channels, that's nothing. Everybody in the fucking industry like knew my name that to a point, so that was viral, right? And so
Yeah.
you wanna, when you're viral, it just gives you leverage. And that's just in who you are and how you present yourself, right? How can you be excellent? And how can you like create these emotions in people? So
Yeah. A diamond in a drawer is worth just as much as a diamond in a case.
yep.
But if you can't see the diamond in the drawer, nobody's gonna buy it.
Yep. And most people are the case, bro. They hide away the diamond. They're like, "You guys going live today. We're
Yeah.
gonna talk about personal development."
Yeah.
Click, you're gone.
You're
No,
done. Yeah.
you know? And dude, literally, I was at an event and these people were all on stage, bro. And I literally like I remember this guy was talking and I'm like, he's a millionaire. He's done what I want to do in the same industry. Let me pay attention. Within 5 minutes, I was literally asleep. I was drooling on my
Yeah.
fucking three-piece. I was literally, like I was I
Yeah.
was out. And then this other guy came on stage, right? 2 hours straight, bro. I didn't even blink for 2 hours straight. I was on the tip of my seat, you know? I had to
Hmm.
run up to him after the event, sneak into they have like a $30,000 like group where he meets up with them and they do ice baths. I had to sneak into that group because I wanted to meet him because it was so good, right? We're talking about it now, promoting it, right?
Yeah.
Um, it's a different game. And guess what? The first guy was barely a millionaire. This guy's a multi-billionaire,
Hmm.
right? Like this guy lives right, and there's billionaires that aren't happy. This is a happy fucking dude. This is a happy fucking dude. Uh he lived with David Goggins for a couple of weeks. He wrote a book about it. Maybe you know who I'm talking about, right? He started
Hmm.
Vita Coco. Like, yo, like there's just a different energy. And so
Yeah.
like, like that's the energy. You can find that and encapsulate it and use that in your content. And like in terms of like because this is more day three, this is marketing. Like your marketing piece is done. It's beautiful. Also, one thing too, we lightly covered the basis for day two, which is your offer. I want to go into that a little bit more just to really make sure people going through this can kind of lead their way up like their journey to getting the network on point. So for creating your offer, I want to make this as simple as possible. You need to understand what you can bring to the table, right? Do you have sales skills? Do you Today I was talking to somebody who booked in a call with me, right? About being a coach. They wanted to be a sales coach. I was like, why? Because I want to make money. Okay, what's your background in sales? Well, I haven't really done very much sales. I made a couple $1,000s here setting appointments. So I was like, how are you going to be a sales, right? Like they don't have that skill set to bring to the table. So understand what skill sets you have to bring to the table. If you have none, right? Like if you have no skill sets, okay, start to like develop some, right? But what skill sets do I have that I can bring to the table? And how do I communicate that in the best possible way to the audience? Decide that ahead of time. Write it out. Figure out how you're going to communicate that, right? And
Yeah.
that's going to put you in a position where you know the value propositions and not just what skill sets you have, what skill sets does your network have, right? Because now you could say, hey, I know 6 closers. I can introduce these people. I can even get paid for it, or I can build that relationship equity. Hey, I know 3 marketing managers. I can introduce them. I could, right? I could get paid for it, or I could build relationship equity, right? Like I know copywriters. I know appointment setters, right?
Hmm.
Like I know managers. I know C-suite guys, right? Your network is a representation of your network is your net worth, because every time you have a conversation, they give you an extra piece, that an extra chess piece, an extra
Yep.
way that you could make money and do an exchange of value. So what's your current network, right? Think about all the pieces of value you could bring to a business owner in the niche that you're looking to work in, because that way you already know everything ahead of time. You're playing 5 steps ahead. Patrick the Bet David has an incredible book, right? Your next 5 moves. It talks about that is business. What are your next 5 moves? Who can think ahead the furthest and delay gratification, right?
Hmm.
Dude, like if you can get these things down, you will be vicious. You will be disgusting at interviews, because now it's not hire me.
Yeah.
You wanna, you wanna hire me? I wanna, I won't, no risk to you. I'll just fuck up your business and talk to all your leads and ruin, ruin your pockets. No risk to you. No, it's not that conversation anymore where it's an inferior and a superior. It's two equivalent forces asking questions, having a nice, smooth conversation, right? Where where you're asking questions and you're identifying what areas they need help in. And now guess what they're perceiving? Yo, this guy, this is how I want my clients to feel on a sales call. This
Hmm.
guy's showing, he doesn't give a fuck about your experience at that point. Doesn't give it,
Hmm.
even if he asks because it's on his script, he doesn't give a shit. Like, yo, you just demonstrated the skill set that they look for in a closer, in a
Yeah.
salesperson,
Yep.
in the freaking partner, you know? And
Yeah.
that will make you a force beyond reckoning.
Yeah.
To you, Victor.
It's a war on poverty. And when you come to the table with as many weapons as you can, with your sales skills, your soft skills, your network, the people that you know that you can leverage on that table, you've created value. You've created value out of nothing. And so if you get nothing else out of what we said, think a little bit deeper about the value that you bring. Think deeper about what that means to the company, to the person on the line, on the call, on the phone. Think about what's valuable to them, not what you perceive valuable to yourself, and bring that to them. Show them that, give them that. And that's guaranteed to get you a lot further than this is a list of all my accomplishments.
Oh, that's so good. I'm gonna make a freaking post about this. Man, I think that's good. I think if somebody follows what we just taught, they're hmm.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to that, Victor, before we
No,
wrap this up?
I think we're good. I think we're good. And I'm excited for next week when we talk about the marketing, because that's gonna get into it's gonna kind
Ooh,
of get into a lot of what we talked about already previously, but kind of just
we're going
make a
deep.
lot more sense.
Now we're going deep. This is marketing. This is actually being able to leverage that understanding of these skill sets that you have and the skill sets of your network and the skill sets that your clients are looking for and actually engaging with those clients. So guys, make sure to watch part 3. It's gonna be in the little like box icon. It should be right here. Like make sure to watch it. It's gonna be a banger. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget to what should they do, Victor? What are the
Like,
things?
comment, subscribe, hit that
Like,
notification
comment,
bell on
subscribe.
YouTube, and rate us 5 stars
Yep.
on Spotify and Apple
Yep.
and
That's it. Appreciate you guys for jumping on. Have a wonderful day. Look
see it.
out.